Hey guys, Mr. Zern here with another coding demo here. So for this project, you are going to be testing your coding chops by applying some concepts and some components that we've used before into something new with no directions. And so your app's going to have kind of a laundry list of things. How you put that together is entirely up to you. You're going to have a global variable, all right? You have a label that displays the current variable. So we can see up here, you rang the cowbell 0 times. It has a second label with instructions on what to do. Ring the cowbell. Possesses a button that every time you press it adds on to the global variable. Possesses an image. The button could be the image, or you could just have a separate image in there somewhere. Totally up to you. Possesses at least 2 different sounds. All right, so let me just kind of show you some of these parts here as we go through. Plays one sound when something happens, and it's going to play a different sound when something else happens. Utilizes the accelerometer to change the global variable, and we'll see how mine changes it in a minute. Utilizes a notifier, so clicking the no option on the notifier does one thing, and then clicking the yes does a different. And then, of course, all the components are properly labeled, etc., and a nice user-friendly professional look here in the layout. So this is pretty simple. I've got this cowbell, and it's a little quiet there. Let me turn that up. There we go. And every time I hit that cowbell, that variable goes up. Now, something's going to happen here in a moment. Let me get here. I've got it set so when it gets to 30, something happens. All right, so when I clicked the bell, it was ringing a cowbell sound. When I got to 30, the global variable triggered a couple things. One, it triggered a certain sound to play. My notifier pops up and says, that's 30 cowbell rings. Are you sure you still need more cowbell? And my options are, yes, I have a fever, and the cure is more cowbell. Or no, that's enough. We'll try both here. So let me just say, no, that's enough. I get the moo again. Notice my cowbell is now at 0 times, and if I do it a couple, there we go. And if I give it a shake now, how the accelerometer works, plays that cow moo, also resets my global variable back to 0. Now you could do this in a totally different way. You could have it shake it and it adds something to the global variable. But let me kind of, now I'm clicking it so fast the sounds can't even keep up. But let me get to 30. And this time I'm going to say, yes, I have a fever and the cure is more cowbell. All right, so moves again, and I have the ability to just keep ringing that cowbell forever and ever if I want. And of course, give it a shake, and this sets back to 0. So that's going to meet all the requirements. I've got a global variable, so that's keeping track of how many times I'm ringing the cowbell. I've got a label kind of displaying the variable count. Notice I kept changing throughout. I've got another label that is showing us the directions. I've got a button that every time I press it, it changes the global variable there by adding 1. It possesses an image. Now I happen to make the button an image. You wouldn't have to do it that way. There's lots of ways to do it. Possesses at least 2 sounds, right? We're getting the ring. Get the shake, plays a different sound. Utilizes the accelerometer, and I'm basically changing the global variable back to 0. We saw that when it got to 30, yes did one thing. I said, no, yes, I need more cowbell. And so I was able to leave the notifier and just keep going. If I click no, it basically kicked me out of the notifier, played a sound, and then set the global variable back to 0. You can't see my computer screen, but all my labels are beautifully labeled. And of course, things look pretty nice here on the screen. Nothing's mashed in the corner. Everything's filled out there, fills the screen. Looks good. All right, guys. So just wanted to show you, this is, yours does not need to look like this. This is just one potential variation, but this does meet all the requirements of this assignment. Like I said, there's no instructions. We're just kind of testing your coding chops, skill, and knowledge at this point. All right, guys. I will talk to you later, and I can't wait to see what you do for this coding assessment program.